Welcome back. I told you I'd be back, probably a little sooner than you expected, but doing something a little different. We already did our solar report, so tonight we're doing a little spiritual report, a spiritual journey, and then chat with questions and answers if you'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and do this as the opening for a moment.
On September 23rd, 2017, the sun, moon, and stars will align to fulfill a 2,000-year-old prophecy. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Before you click off this video, I understand there's been many false predictions, false prophecies over the years. This is different. Bear with me and see. First, you need to understand that God made the sun, moon, and stars, and they all obey his order. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the host of them by the breath of his mouth. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in a season? So we see here that God himself says that he moved the constellations. They obey his ordained order. There's many more verses. Please pause the video to see them. They'll also be in the description. Okay, so we have the constellation Virgo clothed with the sun. And then, as you can see here, the moon is under her feet, and above her head is the 9 stars from the constellation Leo, plus the 3 planets that align perfectly. And to fulfill the birth prophecy, you have Jupiter that stays in the womb for 9 months. Absolute precision. Another thing you must realize is this is not astrology. This is the lost knowledge of biblical astronomy. Stick with me, and you'll see. Let's start at the beginning and see what God said. And let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Jesus himself said that when he returns, there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. Think about this. If God wanted to speak to all his children across the entire earth and speak to them all at once in the same universal language, how would he do it? Look at Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. When Jesus was born, it was marked in the stars. The 3 wise men saw his star in the east and knew of it. What makes you think his second coming would be any different? Isn't this sign just the retelling of Jesus' birth? And didn't he say no man knows the day or the hour? We look at Revelation 1:1, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. Revelation 1:1 shows us that the Father showed all things to Jesus when he ascended to the throne, and he showed us in the book of Revelation. Jesus himself, when he spoke to the churches, said that his believers, his followers, if they overcome and hold his words to the end, they would rule with a rod of iron. This is a very specific passage that connects Revelation 12 and a prophecy of what's going to happen for his believers. All right, so are we just cherry picking a couple verses and trying to put a prophecy behind it, or is this found anywhere else in the Bible? I'm glad you asked. Unfortunately, we will not be able to read all these verses. Please feel free to pause and take a look at each one of these coinciding verses, which are all pieces to this grand puzzle. Well, what does it all mean? No one knows exactly. What's very interesting is the language that is used in Revelation 12, where the child is caught up unto God. The word caught up is the Greek word harpazo. It's the same word used in Thessalonians when Paul describes the rapture. We are not saying this is what's going to happen, but it is certainly intriguing and worthy to be aware of. The main message is to know that this alignment has not happened in the last 2,000 years since its prophecy. While it's imperative to know that this ministry is not date setting, the facts are the facts. This alignment is set for September 23rd, 2017.
Okay, note that date, September 23rd, 2017. All right, so that's kind of our opening a little bit for the moment here as we gather more people here. I was going to enter the chat, but my other device just went to zero. So I'm recharging it. Hopefully, we'll be able to enter the chat here a little bit later. Anyways, tonight's going to be a little different. I already did the solar report earlier and stuff, and I can just feel some people out there going, dang, it's already over. I missed my late night report or whatever. So I'm back, okay, for you. Bring you guys a little peace and a little bit of serenity, okay? So kick back, make us a hot chocolate or whatever it is that you want to sip on, curl up with a bag of chips, whatever it is, get comfy, and we're going to take a little spiritual journey, all right? Now, some of you have already seen a lot of this stuff. It's basically the dot to dot that I've done for some of you. And we're just going to go through it again and take this spiritual journey. Okay. So let's start back here. And I got so many pages open, so it might take a second for each one to get going here. But I wanted to have them all opened up and ready to go. Kind of ready to go. Come on, you, please. Lord, please, can we have the first one? I tried to stack 10 of them on top of each other. Here we go. It's trying. We're just going to start off with like the first dot when all this stuff first started happening, all right? Right before the Revelation 12 sign. Oh, here we go. All right, so let's see if we can pick up right here. Okay, let me pause this right quick. So what you're looking at is September 10th of 2017. Let me get this light out of the way. All right, and let me go ahead and point out now, at this juncture of my life, I had no idea about any of this stuff, okay? I was plagued by UFOs my whole life, following me and I've just seen UFO activity, real stuff, okay? Not the fake stuff, ever since I was a kid, all right? So I was more of a ufologist, and I'd never really believed about Nibiru. I heard these people and I saw their lens flares, and I'm like, no, that ain't the planet. That ain't Nibiru. Anyways, on this day, September 10th of 2017, my life changed radically. Just in a way that is, this thing's going to start going off. In a way, my life turned upside down, inside out, but still for a good way, okay? What you're looking at here is the dragon of Revelation 12. Sorry, this thing hasn't updated in a long time, so it's just going to be tucked in the back here. All right, back to business. So here's Nibiru showing up on September 10th of 2017. That's 13 days before the star alignment, okay? In Revelation 12, let me get my Bible out here and read it to you. Okay, it'll stop here in a second. I need that device to get going, update or whatever, so I can chat with you guys in the chat as well. Let me get right here. Okay, so we're gonna dive into Revelation 12, because this is what this is all about, really, is Revelation 12. So here we go. The woman and the dragon. A great and wondrous sign appeared in heaven. Do I have to turn this thing off, or is this going to be good? All right. A great and wondrous sign appeared in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and cried out in pain as she was about to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven, an enormous red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on his head. His tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to the earth. Now listen carefully. The dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth, so that he might devour her child the moment it was born. Okay? Listen closely. Everybody thinks that this sign happens after the star alignment, but when you read it, it says the dragon stood in front of the woman. I've seen other translations where it said it stood before the woman. Well, either way, in front or before, it stood 13 days in front of the woman. It stood 13 days before the woman. All right. And God showed me this. All right. The ordeal I went through to understand what I was looking at was um, beyond description. All right. So he made me sit down and until I saw this, until I understood what I was looking at. I thought it was just a solar flare. I'm looking at the light. Everybody's used to looking at the plasma, right? They're not looking for a dark spot. And this thing is silhouetted all the way around. Okay. And as I zoom in here, you will see that we have wings on it. Plasma type structure wings, tilting, pointing back. The fabled winged planet Nibiru, the dragon of Revelation 12, showed up and stood before the woman, in front of the woman, 13 days in front of the woman. Okay, so I'm trying to show you this is a real revelation. It really came true. It started back in 2017 on September 10th. And boy, wait until you, okay, let's just move on. Here in this image, this is Nemesis, the big neutron star, our binary twin, burned out, whatever you want to call it, stellar core. It fits the definition of many things, all right? It's much bigger than the sun. The sun is the white circle. This thing is still back at a 45-degree angle. If you look at my pointer, it's still kind of going back into the screen. It's not totally perpendicular and sideways. So we don't have the true size of it, all right? It's already bigger when it's still back like that. The impact zone, the plasma conduit, the damage ring, okay, Nibiru sitting out in front of it. September 10th of 2017. The dragon, this is the dragon, really. This is what they can't see, all right? They can see Nibiru with the wings, but behind it is this, for lack of a better term, black hole. Okay, it is so big and so dense, it absorbs light. It doesn't reflect light. It can only be seen when plasma drapes over it. Okay, so there is the dragon of Revelation 12 standing before the woman, in front of the woman, 13 days in front of the woman. So, very first thing, September 10th, 2017. Okay, Nibiru, Nemesis show up, the dragon of Revelation 12. Then the next thing that happens is the actual star alignment actually takes place. Okay, this was discovered on Stellarium. All right, and if we could just get this to play here real quick. We already kind of saw this
on September 23rd, 2017. The sun, moon, and stars will align to fulfill.
Okay, all I want you to see is September 23rd, 2017. A great sign appeared in heaven. Okay, that's a miracle. That's a revelation come true right there. This right here should have stopped the world. That should have gotten everybody's attention right there when this revelation happened. Okay. And everybody after this star alignment started watching for Nibiru and the dragon and everything, because in the Revelation it says, then another sign appeared. Then another sign appeared. That makes it sound like it happens afterwards. Okay? But when you read down further, it says the dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth. So it's very, very important that you read it in its whole context so you understand how this is all working. It's more than just the verse, it's the whole context of the thing, okay? So the dragon stood in front of the woman, 13 days in front of the woman. Then the woman stands, right? She's pregnant. She's got a baby. She's pain. She's about to give birth. And the dragon, that black hole, is about to devour the child who will be king, right? Okay, good. You're following me. Good, good, good. So, first dot, we're kind of doing a dot to dot format here, okay? Because that's the way, it's the best way to see the bigger picture. When you're doing a dot to dot, you can't see the picture that you're trying to achieve, right? It's just a bunch of dots on a page. It's not until you start connecting dots and connecting them in the right order. You don't start 1 to 4, you go 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, right? So you connect and you weave this picture that's an unseen picture until you connect the dots. So that's the process we have to go through. That's the format we're doing here. Okay, so first dot, the dragon, September 10th, 2017, the day my life just went off the rails in a totally unbelievable way. So then we had 13 days later, this star alignment actually happened. I went outside with my kids and watched this star alignment, and I was like, wow, that's impressive. Now I could see why it was foretold to look out for this. All right. It was an impressive event. If you watched it, it sure solidified that this was real, that this revelation actually came true and happened. Okay. This is supposed to reimburse your faith, make it rock solid, right? So, first dot, the dragon. Second dot, the woman. All right. Then, as we continue on, please, Lord, may I have, I should have, wait, go back to this one, X out of that one, and move on to the next. All right, here we go. So, I'm trying to stay in chronological order here, so bear with me here. Okay, the reason why this is the second part of the video is because the other stuff happened to me, and I didn't get a word from the Lord until about 2 years later. Hey, go back into the old stuff. You missed something. And I'm like, did I swear I just heard you say, go look, you missed something? Yes. So I go back and I look through my security camera, and before this event and the pop-up, the day before, this event happened. And I'm going to play the video and the sound and everything, okay? Let me get there. Try not to blow out your ears, full screen. It's important that you understand what's going on here and witness this, okay? It's for reassurance for your soul, okay? So you have good dreams tonight. All right, here we go. That actually needs to come up. There we are. We're offset, my bad. There we go. Let me get a little bit better, because this is a little hard to see. Some of you have already seen this, but let's keep watching it anyways. Everything that you're watching is a miracle, a hint, and a clue. All three at the same time, all right? God works in multiple ways, in multiple dimensions, with multiple meanings, okay? So each dot I am showing you is a miracle. It's as well as a hint and a clue, all three of them in one, all right? So you need to perceive these things from that perspective in order to see the bigger picture. You cannot see the bigger picture unless you perceive this through your spiritual eyes, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and start it. Still in the garage with our same display. Right here, real quick. And this is November 4th. October 4th. My bad. October 4th of 2017. Oh, it's not showing it here. Well, October 4th of 2017. All right, this is 11 days after the star alignment, okay? So this is this is the third dot in the sequence, all right? Captured the day before the other picture, but I hadn't found it for years later until I was digging around through my old pictures and stuff, and went even further back to see if I'd missed anything, and I captured this one. And we're going to zoom into this streak right up here, this one right here. Just bear with me for a second here. Now, hopefully, you can see that we have a lady's profile here. Here's her eye, here's her forehead, her snub little nose, here's the bottom jaw. She's smiling, she's looking down, and she's holding a baby. And here's the baby's head right here. Here's the face, the back of the head. Here's her arm cupped around like this, and she's holding the baby. Now I'm going to run this through the filter real quick, and it's going to enhance it, but a little bit too much. But see, now you can really make out her profile a lot better and see her face, and her headdress is coming over and going down back behind her. And you can still make out the baby's head right here. And maybe if I pull back a little bit, there we go. All right, let me stop right there. Instead of tilting the screen, let me get the wavy lines out of the way. I figured out to just take the brightness out. So let me de-brighten this so you can see the baby's head. All right, there we go. Now, hopefully you can make out the baby's head right here. His little ear. Okay, you can see this lady holding the baby. That's the Revelation 12 baby being born in my house, being caught up to God. Right there. Hopefully you see that. And then I'm going to continue to play this video here. Captured on October 4th. So this was about 11 days after the Revelation 12 sign. All this stuff started happening to me just prior to the Revelation 12 sign and then right after it. So it said the woman was about to give birth. Well, it looks like maybe she gave birth, and here's the little baby being caught up to God. Yep. It's a lot better there. Hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better now than before. We'll undo the filter real quick just so you can get the original. Now you can see the baby's head just a little bit better. You can make out his little ear. And then we'll put the filter back in again. Wrong timing. And there we go. There's your Revelation 12 baby being born right there in my garage, caught on my security camera. Okay. You know, they use security camera footage as evidence in a court of law. Moving on. Now, the very next day after this happened, okay, I went through something very traumatic, and I went out to my garage. I'm screaming, crying, praying, all three at the same time. An experience I've never felt before. And this was captured on the security camera when I was in there praying. I didn't know this was going on. I was just screaming, praying, please, Lord, why? I'll tell you about it later. Folks, welcome back. So I've been going through some of the old photos and running them through the filter, and this was one of the first ones that I had ever captured. And what's going on here is I'm here on my knees. I'm crying and screaming and praying, all three at once. I was in some extreme anguish. A paranormal traumatic event happened to me, something so unbelievable you guys wouldn't believe it. So if I told you, so I'm going to show you instead. So in this image here, I'm sitting here praying, and Mary's head appears right next to my head, and we're going to zoom in on this. You can't go in too tight on it, but she's looking down at my head this way. Let's see, there's pretty good. And you can make out her eye and her nose coming down, her shawl coming over, and it's in shadow right here. This is a shadow of the inside of her shawl going over her head like this. Here's her eye, her nose, her other eye would be on the other side there. Okay. You can't go in too tight on it. And then also is this white ball with an eye in it, this white orb with an eye in it, the God Eye. Okay, and that's not all, because over here in this corner up here is an angel, a silhouette of an angel with his wings spread, with his back to us, standing in a shaft of light. Here's his head. There's a glow over the head. The wings are extended, and there's a feather coming off. The last feather coming off is crossing over these brown roof tiles in the background here. And you can make out there's an angel right here. And you can even see his head right here. Going a little bit tighter. So there's the angel with his back to us and his wings spread. Yeah, you can see a lot better with the filter. Before it was really faint and it was hard to see. Same with this. This came out a little bit better here. Yeah, there's Mary looking down at my head because I was in anguish. I mean, what happened to me was just so disturbing. I can't even describe it. Yeah, I'm not gonna. All right. So, something about this that I found out later on, after what I had gone through, then this is actually more than meets the eye. First of all, let's go back to the whole picture right here. All right. We have Mary. All right. We have the God Eye, the presence of God, and we have an angel. Now, usually when you have these three entities in a picture, painting, historically, Jesus is in the picture too. Well, he's in this picture if we know what to look for. Now, let's move on. Okay, that really is an anointing ceremony. Okay, it's an anointing ceremony. After that, I started having angelic visitations, right? Okay, pull this up, please, Lord. Good, here it comes. And we have this. All right, let me play this video real quick here. Take the sound off, please. There we go. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So I'm real excited to show you this one. This is an angel that was captured on my security cameras, and now I've run it through the filter here. So if you turn your head to the right, about 45 degrees, you can make out the head, the hair, the breasts. It's a female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. And we'll zoom in on this real quick because this one's nice and right there's pretty good. Let me brighten this up just a tad bit more. All right, hopefully you can see this angel here. This is like one of the best shots captured by this camera. The body's actually laying at this angle in the air. Okay, so it's a woman's body laying at this angle with a wing coming off this way and a wing going off that way. You can make out her legs coming down here. All right, she's holding something. Can't tell quite what she's holding, but she's hovering over the sleeping child down below here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. Here that you can. Okay. And this is an angel that was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this clear that you can. There's a face. Can you see it? There's an actual face on it. And one video I zoomed in on the face, but we're just going to kind of do that for the moment. Okay. It has a face. It's an angel. It's a real angel. That is a legal angel. All right. Admissible as evidence in a court of law. Okay. This is an angel that was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this sleeping child. So, zoom in on it again. Just excited that you can see it a lot clearer now, because before it was kind of faint, and now with light over this sleeping child down. Okay, so you see this kid on the couch. A lot of stuff happened around this couch, okay? And when I started seeing this angelic activity around kids in this couch, I pointed the camera more towards this couch to catch more kind of activity, all right? But here, there's a good image of this small little angel right here hovering over the sleeping child. In the background, let me just go ahead and see if we can zoom back in here. Zoom in on it again, right there. Okay, what we need to do is back out just a tad. In the background, right here is an eye, the nose of a skull, an evil-looking skull looking at this angel. All right, can you see this evil-looking thing in the background right there? So this angel is protecting this kid from the entities, from bad dreams, whatever is going on there, okay? Demonic attack, whatever. But you can see this thing lurking in the background right here, and this angel hovering there protecting this kid. I know this kid. I just ran into him yesterday. He's all grown up and an adult man now. It's so much fun watching kids grow up. Excited that you can see it a lot clearer now, because before it was kind of faint, and now with these filters I'm able to make these images pop a little bit more for you guys so you can see them. I'm sorry about the way I have to do it with a camera. And the who's that? Can't see it yet. Okay, that's because you haven't tilted your head to the right. First of all, do you know your right from left? Okay, I want you to take your head and physically tilt it like to your right shoulder, because if you try to look at it straight on, it's hard to see. So when you tilt your head, the body of this angel is laying at an angle like that. That's why you're tilting your head, to get the proper perspective. A lot of this stuff that's happening in the spiritual realm is right in front of your face, and you can't see it because it's at a 45-degree angle. It's not in your perspective. If you walked around life with your head tilted to the right, you would see things a lot differently. Okay, so I'm just kind of trying to show you, that help you, not yelling, sorry. I'm trying to help you. There's a wing going up and a wing coming off. It's a woman's body. She has breasts. Here's her waist area, her legs, and her feet dangling down, okay? That's about the easiest image I have to see. So if you're struggling with this, give it some time. Tilt your head to the right. Several times I've tried to show people this stuff, and when I say tilt your head to the right, 95% of the people tilt their head to the left, and they fail to see it because they simply don't know the right from left. I'm serious. I have been struggling with people for 7 years now with this stuff, because they don't listen to instructions. They fail to tilt their head. They fail to listen. There's a wing. That's a wing. The head is right here, the breasts. Okay, so it's important to listen to instruction, because I tried to show people, give them this gift, and they say, I don't see it. And I go, because you got your head tilted the wrong way. For those of you who know your right from your left, tilt your head to the right, you can see it. Now tilt your head to the left and try and see it. Whoa. Huh? Tilt your head 45 degrees to the left and try to see this image. You can't. But when you tilt it to the right, it sure comes in crystal clear, doesn't it? Yeah, that's why it's important that you listen to instructions, and it's for your own benefit. Okay, so there's a beautiful image right there. That should bring warmth and comfort to your soul. This angel protecting and hovering over this innocent child down below. I don't have any other option, but I just wanted to bring this angel to you for a moment. Does she have a what? You guys can see that this is real. Wait. What? That's it. Does she have a halo? It's either a halo. You know what? it's going to sound weird when I really looked close at this. Where's the zoomed image? Right here. It's going to sound weird. Tilt your head to the right. It looks like she's wearing a white baseball cap with the brim off to the side, which is kind of strange because that's how this kid wears his hat. So the spirit of wearing your hat sideways, I believe, is what's going on there. I looked at it. It could be a crown. It could be a halo. But when I really look at it, it sounds odd. A lot of this stuff is odd and doesn't really make sense. But it seems to be a baseball hat with the brim sticking up, turned sideways a little bit. I don't know. You be the judge. Tilt your head and look at that and tell me what you see. Anyways, that's a good question. I often looked at that and I was like, what is that?
Was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this sleeping child down below here. So, zoom in on it again. Just excited that you can see it a lot clearer now because before it was kind of faint. And now with these filters, I'm able to make these images pop a little bit more for you guys so you can see them. I'm sorry about the way I have to do it with the camera and the computer, but I don't have any other option. So.
Okay, so moving on. So your third dot is Mary and angels, okay, angelic visits and stuff. And do you guys understand that angel, really the term angel means messenger, okay? These angels came with a message. We'll get there. Moving on. Another beautiful capture once we get this pulled up is this event right here. Same couch. Now this time, my kid's asleep on the couch. I positioned this camera at the couch hoping to capture more angelic activity. This night, my kids went down there. They had a new toy in this bag or whatever. And they said, oh my God, Dad, we're going to be up till 12, 1 in the morning. We're staying up all night playing. I said, well, yeah, not all night, but go ahead, go have fun. And they went on down to this lower garage. This is where everything happens, is in this lower garage manger type thing. Our playroom. A lot of positive things go on in here. A lot of fun. Anyway, I positioned the camera here to capture stuff. And this night, the kids went down there to play with their toy. I heard silence. I'm supposed to be hearing laughter and screaming and stuff, and I hear silence down there. And I'm like, uh-oh, they're up to something, right? You know, parents, you hear quiet, and you're like, uh-oh, they're up to something, right? So I go on down, and they're out cold. Sleeping, like 7:30 at night. I thought you guys were going to stay up all night playing with your toys. No, we're tired. They got up, went home, went to bed. And it was just kind of odd. And then it wasn't until a couple of days later I thought about it. I'm like, that they were sleeping on the couch. I've been waiting for the kids to fall asleep on the couch. They fell asleep that night. Something weird happened. I better go check the video. So I went back and I checked this video. These pictures, all right, this is like a picture every 5 to 10 seconds, I believe, something like that. And the picture's twisting and warping, okay? But the camera's not moving. The reason why this picture is twisting and warping is the two angels that are here bowing. And the wing comes up and goes down right there. That dark area is the inside of the wing. Their head right here. The other wing comes up and comes down there. There's another angel. They're locked wing and wing. Here's his outside wing. The other one comes up right here in the middle. They're locked wing and wing right here. Okay, and they're bowing. Let me get the demonstration out for you real quick. Most of you, I think, see it already. But for people that are having trouble, let me just kind of... all right, we're going to push this out for a second and do a small demo. Well... Actually, the further back, you can really see it a little bit better, huh? All right. Anyways, what I'm about to show you is this angel right here. This little statue of an angel. Whoops. I need that way back too. All right. So the cup of the wing. What is going on here? All right, let me see if I can get this in there. The cup of the wing is that shadow area. The angel's positioned like this, and they're bowing at about this angle, and this cupped area is that dark shadowed area, okay? Now, let's go back to position 1, take the light out of there. And voila, hopefully you can see that now. And it's really, a lot of the stuff is your peripheral vision. There's a blind spot in the middle of your eye where your optic nerve is. So when you look directly at something, there's a blind spot. So you're not trying to really look at the wing or whatever. Like, stare towards the middle of the picture right here. Just stare at that spot, and out of the periphery, you'll see the head, the wings, the bowing. The bowing is warping the picture somehow, okay? And there's 2 angels on their knees right there, bowing. All right? So, let's get that one out of there. And I'll leave this one here for reference. Now, we got to move on, okay? Hopefully, you 14 that are left here are still enjoying this. So then, not only angels, but I'm capturing demons and stuff as well, all right? So we're going to play this video too. It's important. I don't glorify this side, but it's important that you know that you see this and you understand that it's real, okay? That's why I'm showing it. All right, so...
of blotchy white dots that you see this picture is comprised of. When you zoom in really tight in on a picture, you'll see that it's made up of these splotchy little patches and dots. These new digital cameras make these little blotches. Well, hiding in these blotches are faces. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's an eye right here and an eye right here. And when you make eye contact with these 2 eyes right here, you'll see the mouth fall into place down here. It's snarling. If you look, it's got some kind of streaks or horns or something, or wrinkles coming out of its head up here. And this is some kind of demon or principality. You know, other people refer to them as principalities, but this is what I'm talking about, and hopefully you can see this here. This is a pupil right here of an eye. This is a pupil of a bigger eye. Here's the whites of the eye, the white of this eye. These 2 eyes. Once you look at those, you'll see it falls into place. Maybe I'll pull back a little bit. You can see a little bit better. No, zoom in. Right about there is good. And you can make out there's teeth here in this mouth. There's a corresponding mouth with these eyes, wrinkles going across the nose here. This is some kind of demon or principality. And it's tucked in the way in the corner of this picture, way back up in here, and you can't even see it.
Do you guys recognize this picture right here? This is one of the pictures out of that where the angels were bowing. In the background of one of those frames was this thing. So the angels that I just showed you that were bowing, here's the kid sleeping on the couch right here, okay? During that incident, in one of those frames, just one, it wasn't in every single frame, but just in one of those frames, tucked in the back was this thing.
Sure, but you zoom in, swing it over, zoom in, and you can see this face just appear. And there's more faces in this stuff too. But this one's really, really defined and pretty dominant in this picture. So I want to start off with that one. Hopefully you guys can see this one. Okay. So in this sequence here, I've got my camera pointed at the couch now because I've been capturing activity around this couch. And one night I was just sitting on my couch there praying and wasn't really thinking of capturing anything. Here I was just sitting here praying before I started taking pictures or doing my thing, and it was already running. And lo and behold, there's some kind of demon up here. You'll see some green wings over here kind of flapping. And it lifts up my bike and spits a bolt of energy on it. And I had no idea this happened until I went back through my pictures and stuff. And I put this series into motion in a flip book. And I realized, oh my goodness, look what happened. It picked up my bike and spit a bolt of energy on it. This one, you can't really see the face too well, but you can make out the wings kind of flapping. Maybe we'll pull it over a little this way a little more. There we go. And this thing turns, picks up my bike, lifts it up, and spits a bolt of energy on it. Okay, there's that. I'll let you look at that one for a second longer. Okay, in this series here, I'm sitting on the couch again praying, the camera's set up, and you'll see a purple streak, a bolt come in here, right there, boom. And it hurt. You can see my reaction to it. So we'll let it run again. Here I am sitting here praying. There's all kinds of stuff jumping around in the background, and then zap right there. And that was a real one. I could feel it. And now when I go back, we're going to go back to the top of that bolt and zoom in on the face. Okay, so here's the frame out of that sequence of me getting hit with that bolt. You can see the bolt coming down here. It's got a kind of a purple hue to it or whatever. And then we're going to start zooming in to the face up top here, and it's going to be Satan's face. So you guys ready to see this? If not, you might want to stop the video at this point. But I do not glorify this at all. I do not like to give him attention, but it's important to know that he's real, because he wants everybody to think that he's not real. I think you might be able to see this face without me pointing anything out yet. There we go. Okay, so let me zoom out so I can see it. If you look right here at this eye, this is his crazed eye. The other eye on the other side is bigger. It's the all-seeing eye. It's a little out of proportion, but then you can make out the side of his face, his jawline coming down, the bottom of his chin, his face going up here. Here's his mouth with some evil kind of grin on it. You can see his ear coming out over here. You can make out horns coming up. And this is in that mosaic of dots again, but these faces pop out and they're more prominent. You can see that this one really stands out. And that's Satan right there. You can even make out some wings coming up here.
All right, enough of that ugly. Enough of that guy. All right. So that being like the fourth dot, okay. So not only am I having angelic visitations, but I'm also having demonic attacks. All right. You see it attacking me. You see it attacking my bike. That attack hurt. Okay. So there's your fourth dot. All right. Well, fourth, fifth dot, all right, because I showed you the angels bowing. Now you're showing you demons and Satan attacking me. And then if we could get this to pull up, Lord. It's just refreshing. Here it goes. All right. Let's start this one up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
So these faces that I've been showing you in the last few videos that are in the etherical or...
Well, oh, come on. We were just getting started there. Waiting for Play Google. I don't play Google. What is this junk in the background? All right, please play this for us, Lord. It's important. This is part of this dot to dot mosaic that we're trying to draw here.
This is one of the biggest reasons why most weight loss attempts fail within the first 3 weeks. It's a common belief
because they
that
listen to you,
cardiovascular
Dr. Drew.
exercise-
Let's try
Howdy,
again.
folks. Welcome back. So these faces that I've been showing you in the last few videos that are in
Come
the
on, pop it full
etherical or
screen.
in that mosaic that I was talking about are not only taking place there, but now they're taking shape in our clouds. And with this new filter, I was able to go through some of these pictures and it really makes them pop now. So if you can't see it yet, there's an eye here, an eye here, here's the nose, a mouth down below, here's an ear coming back up, the jaw running down, little pointed chin. And this face seems to almost be bisected. One half is like a goblin, and this other half looks like almost like a Wolverine or a Ewok type character. So I'll let you look at that for a minute. And this was pretty faint in the original picture, but now with the filter, it really makes it pop. So hopefully you guys can see that now. And then I'm going to bring you some more. Just real quick here, I wanted to show you the unfiltered version. This is the original right here compared to this one right here, where you can make out a lot better. Okay. Okay, one more, and this one right here, you can make out we have an eye here and an eye right here. Here's the nose, and here's some lips. And it looks like he's blowing. You can make out his ear over here, horns and stuff coming up, his eyebrows. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. And an eye, the nose, the lips. Okay, so I wanted to show you that one with the filter, so you can see it turned out pretty good too. So, well, that's it for now. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed
Okay,
it.
so now I got these faces in the clouds that follow me around everywhere I go. They're not all demonic looking faces like this. I have a video that it's kind of long. It shows all the different faces, but we don't really need to go into all that. You've seen a lot of them already, all right, throughout the course of this show. Basically, what I'm just showing you now is the spiritual realm that was in the etherical, in those mosaic of dots, has now moved to the sky and is now taking place in your clouds. This stuff is happening all around you guys, and you don't even notice because you don't look up. Too buried in the cell phone. This stuff's going on all over the place. I know some people at this channel are sky watchers now and starting to capture stuff. Okay, so the fifth dot, now the spiritual stuff has moved to the clouds. These giant faces follow me everywhere I go. All right, they watch me, they follow me, they study me. Okay. Now moving on to this next one. So please pull this up, Lord. All right, it's going. So as I'm taking pictures of all this stuff happening, all right, I see this stuff going on in the clouds, and I'm pull over and start squeezing off some pictures, right? So here we go with this next dot, next clue, next hint. With sound, please.
So I've got so many pictures and so much stuff to cover, and I'm way behind on my videos. So let's just get to it. I'm going to squeeze a bunch of pictures into one video here. So I started seeing this event right here unfold.
Do you see this eye right here starting to form right here? This other pocket ready to form another eye. There's a face about to erupt and form in these clouds right here. So I get out, I start taking pictures, right? Let me blow this up a little bit bigger for you guys. There we go. Can you see where the mouth is going to be down here? The nose is going to be in this area. Once it's done, it's going to be a lion, it looks like. Doesn't it? See the whiskers and stuff down in this region? Anyways, I see this face starting to unfold in the sky, so I start squeezing out pictures, right?
And I was looking at this spiral cloud and snapping pictures of that, but something else appeared in this picture, and I'm going to pull over to this little object that's hovering over the mountain here. Okay, so
All right. This is the UFO activity that's been following me my whole life. When I was 4 years old, I remember seeing this thing fly across in front of the mountains, between me and the mountains. And at first I thought it was an airplane because it was in the flight path of the airplanes in that region. But then it stopped. And I went, wait a second, airplanes don't stop. And it moved up kind of diagonally a little bit or whatever it did, and parked. And when I saw that, I knew, for some reason, I knew it was watching me, and it knew that I saw it. Somehow, some weird connection there. Anyways, this is one example of many UFOs I have. At one point I had like 80 hours of video, and it was just off the hook what was happening to me, and a bunch of it got confiscated. All right. But where are we? Just a couple other small examples here in this film.
in there, and it's cloaking a UFO. On to the next. Okay, so in this image, I was taking a picture of this angel-like structure right here.
Do you see that angel in the
as I
clouds?
zoomed into it, I noticed something else in the picture here. This little black UFO. It's hanging out next to this angel.
Okay. Note up here 001. That's image number 1 of the day. Okay.
You can see the angel up there in the cloud. Multiple angels. Okay, so there's that image, and this was the first picture of the day. This was the first image on the 27th. And then here's the second image from the same day, and it's still there. So I managed to capture it in 2 different images, the same object in the sky, in the same place.
Okay, so UFO activity follows me everywhere I go. It has been my whole life. They follow, they watch me, they study my every move. Everywhere I go to a different town, still there. My ranch here, there's activity over the ranch every night. Makes Area 51 look like a romper room. The activity over my house makes Area 51 look like a romper room, okay? Don't you agree? Good. Let's move on. So, not only do I have these giant faces that follow me around, I have UFOs that watch me, follow me, study my every move, right? Now moving on to the next dot. Dot number, 6 or 7 here? Doesn't matter the number, we're just ingesting information. Okay, come on.
So, I did a stream yesterday that I used as a thumbnail on my latest stream. That's when it occurred to me, this thing sitting next to this one, they're the same object. It's the same thing.
It's the same craft.
And it wasn't until on the plane before is actually one of the vertical stabilizers that comes out at an angle, kind of like an F-18's vertical stabilizers. They're not straight up and down vertically, they come out at an angle. Well, much like that, so do these ones right here. And what I thought was a man standing up is this vertical stabilizer right here.
Okay, oops.
Okay, so now back to this one. When I was looking at this a long time ago,
All right, let's freeze frame right here. This is a trinket made possibly by man. It was found, down in South America. Oh, no, in India. Or I forget where these were found. Quimbeya. The Quimbeya artifacts. This is Praveen Mohan. Go over to his channel. He does a really good job at research and stuff like this. Anyways, these were trinkets, little gold trinkets that were made to memorialize and pay homage to the visitation that they had by this culture. All right, this is an advanced race. It says, did airplanes exist 1,000 years ago? All right, these trinkets are 1,000 years old. All right, so they had a visitation. This is an advanced race from the past. Understand? Advanced race from 1,000 years ago. All right, they could fly. They had dragon-looking type noses, faces on them. They were flying machines, and they were in the clouds. The same advanced race from the past is here now, back in their flying machines, following me, watching me, and studying me everywhere I go. Okay, another hint, another clue. Advanced races from the past follow, watch, and study my every move. Moving on. Then we have another face in the clouds here. Let's just back it up here a little bit.
I couldn't take a picture until I got to this stoplight. So I squeezed off as many pictures as I could at this stoplight. And we're going to start zooming in, pulling it over a little bit. And maybe some of you see it now. But there's Yoda in the sky right there. Pictures as I could at this stoplight. And we're going to start zooming.
Right there's kind of good. All right. Here's his eye, his other eye, his short little stumpy nose, the chubby little cheeks, his ears coming out. See his ear coming out there? Here's his stubby little chin and his big bulbous head with all the wrinkles on it. All right. That's Yoda right there in the sky over the Sierra Nevadas watching me. All right. This is one of the faces that watch me and follow me and study my every move. That's a little bit too close. How about right there? Yeah, that looks good right there. I think you can see it pretty good there. All right. Yoda, a master, an ascended master. Right? Ascended masters like Yoda follow me and watch me and study my every move. Hint, hint, clue, clue. Ascended masters like Yoda study me. They follow me. They watch me. Getting it? Hopefully you can see this. This is a beautiful image. This is Yoda, a huge Yoda head over the Sierra Nevadas. All right. And representing a ascended master. He taught a lot. You must unlearn what you've learned. Wars do not make men great. Lot of good advice came from a spiritual master who studies me, who follows me, who watches my every move, right? Because he's an ascended master. Okay, moving on now. Let's do another dot. Okay. Let's get rid of that. So, advanced races from the past, ascended masters, UFOs, angels that follow me, watch me, study me everywhere I go. All right. Then we start getting into this starts happening next to me. And let's show you this video. Usually we just use an image out of this, but we're going to show the whole video this time.
Howdy folks, welcome back. So snapping some pictures of the clouds yesterday, and I noticed something forming in the clouds, what looked like a face over here. And I'm going to start zooming in on this face because it's a real face. And if you look back behind it here, let's zoom in just a little bit. You'll notice that back behind here, this face is being projected by Jesus's heart right here. You can see it radiating out. Here's Jesus's face. He's pulling open his shirt, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out this image in the sky. See his face here? And there's a crown right here. Also in the etherical, in black, there's another crown right here.
Also here, oh, look at this. Look at this face. See this eye right here? See this like alien type looking face right here? Witnessing this unfold in the sky.
I just wanted to show you this picture. Isn't this amazing? And this face, I recognize this face. I know who this is. I know who this face is. I see him every morning in the mirror.
That's my face. Why is Jesus pulling open his shirt, projecting my face in the clouds with a crown on it? Hint. Clue. Miracle. Hint, clue.
That's not all. I got another one. And a few moments later, in this image, I took a picture of the same cloud, but this is at a different angle. I rotated it 90 degrees. And I want you to look right up in here. You can see that there's a face, two eyes, smile. Here's the head. And the arms are outstretched, and he's holding a cell phone taking pictures of the sky. This is an image of me taking the pictures of the clouds. So
Okay, tilt your head to the right a little bit. There's my head, my eyes, my smile, my shoulder, my arm, my shoulder. I'm holding the phone up, taking pictures of the clouds. Now, the clouds are mimicking me, taking pictures of them. All right. Something about this photo right here. I have a shattered shoulder. It's been shattered in multiple pieces for a long time. All right. It's kind of unfixable, unfortunately. Doctor looked at me and he was just like, sorry. Just gonna have to go with whatever God does. So, anyways, I have a shattered shoulder, but it still works. Okay. And it's excruciatingly painful to hold the cell phone up at a 45-degree angle and point it at the sky. The blood runs out of your arms, your heart starts to race. Pretty soon, that phone, that 1 ounce phone feels like 2 tons, right? Well, most of you guys can't hold your phone up for 15 minutes, but I held mine up for an hour until my heart was racing. I almost had a heart attack and died. I thought I was going to have a aneurysm or something, but the images are so vital, each one, that I had to just endure it. And that's how a lot of these images form. It's not until I'm in a fair amount of pain that these clouds start to organize and gel and come together and start making these images. So it's not until my shoulders are on fire that these things start to come together and gel in the sky sometimes. Okay. Not every time, but sometimes. And this is kind of showing me in pain, grimacing, trying to take pictures of the clouds. And now the clouds are mimicking me taking pictures of them. Hint, hint, clue, clue. All right, moving on. Because after that happened, we had this event. One we're used to seeing. That's how we got to this spot. That's how we got to this point of Jesus showing up in the clouds on Easter as promised. We'll play this real quick.
Folks, welcome back. So I know there's a lot of activity going on the sun, but I really don't feel like reporting on that stuff right now. Actually, I want to go back and revisit an event that happened earlier this year, 2020, around Easter, when I captured what appears to be Jesus in the clouds here. So I need you to tilt your head to the right about 45 degrees, and here's an eye, his other eye, his nose, his mouth, his chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. That crown is hovering over his head. There seems to be almost a little halo around his head too. And once you see that image, then we can zoom in just a little bit tighter. There you go.
Okay, remember just the last picture? I was showing you my face in the clouds with a crown over it. That's my face. Okay, this is Jesus in the clouds on Easter with my face and a crown.
Okay, and this event happened over a course of about an hour, and I got a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up from way over here going across, or all of this event, and I'm going to show you more of what happened here. Okay, here I've taken about 7 or 8 of those pictures and put them together in a flip book, where you can see that this face has changed now. Now we're seeing a more round, like lion type face with the nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is
Okay. So now you understand how we made it to this point, all right? It was a series of steps. It was a series of events that got to this stage, to this point, to this dot in the dot to dot, all right? Okay. So that being like one of the last dots right there. Whoops. Hang on. Sorry. I'm trying to get a sip of water here and I dropped my bottle. All right. Hang on just a second here. All right. Anyways, back to this. So this would be like the 8th or 9th dot. All right. All these things are culminating in something. So, yeah, I guess we get to this point now. So this will be the final dot that connects them all. All right. This is the final dot that connects all these other miracles, hints, and clues. Okay, let's see if we can pull this up. You know, I might just start all over. Please play it right. There we go. Howdy, folks. Welcome to my video. My name is Brian Knight, and I've been struggling with this for a while on how to do this video. So please bear with me here. So first off, I want you to look at my ID here. So you know who I am, I say I am.
I want you to take note of the date of birth. March 24th, 1970. That's 3 days after spring. Jesus resurrected 3 days after spring. The real Easter is March 24th. In this famous painting here, this shows the Roman soldier piercing Jesus' heart with a spear. Now, what he didn't know is that the heart is on this side over here, but he stabbed him on the right-hand side. So, and then I'm going to show you another painting.
Sorry, this was before I had
This.
a tripod.
Okay. They didn't have cameras back then. Sorry, it's shaky. Okay.
Okay. I want you to note in this old painting here, okay, I rely on old paintings more than I do Hollywood, okay? Here, it depicts the wound way up here on his side. It's not down here where Hollywood and everybody else has it depicted. It's clear up here on his side. It's between the second and third rib, not the second, third rib from the bottom, from the top down, all right? So, location is important, all right? There's that. And then let's get on into, all right, so I told you that these angels also mean messenger, right? Well, the angel had a message. They told me I needed to investigate my birthday and my birthmark. All right. And I showed you my birthday 3 days after spring. All right. We're talking the celestial calendar, not the Gregorian calendar. God works with the seasons. Jesus is the spring. All right. From which all things flow from. The spring also is new birth, rebirth, okay? Jesus is the spring. He died and resurrected 3 days later. 3 days later than what? Later than what? What day? What reference? What reference? 3 days later than what point of reference? From spring. 3 days later than spring. Spring is the 21st of March. When you add 3 and 21, you get a 24. 70 is all over the Bible. My favorite number. Okay? My birthday spells it out for you. My birthday is in the Bible. The Bible is about my birthday. It's not too hard to miss, but everybody did. Okay, so angel tells me that a mortal wound suffered in a previous life comes back on your next body as a birthmark. Now I'm like, I've never heard that before. I thought that you only lived once. Says your mortal wound, your birthmark was a mortal wound suffered in a previous life. Is all he said. Yours, not anybody else's. He said your birthmark is a mortal wound you suffered in a previous life. Okay, now I'm going to show you the birthmark that's on the side of my chest.
And this is the birthmark that I have on the side of my chest. See? Let me show you a different image here too. There it is again. Okay. Come on, camera.
Right where it's supposed to be. Same size. It's a stab wound with 3 faces in it. Okay. I also have birthmarks right on top of my feet. Right in the middle. Right on top of my feet. See this? This is not fake. I didn't even know about this. The angel told me about this. No, that's
Okay.
not a good shot.
Okay. There it is again.
See the faces in it?
Just to prove that this is me. We're going to go over here. Why is this? Hi.
Okay. Recognize my hairline
Okay.
from the cloud? All right, let's move on here. Let's just get past all this and get to the one spot.
Maybe if I did it like this.
All right.
There it is. See? That's the mark. All right. So I showed you. There it is. See?
I'm trying to grab this spot. There's a face right here with horns. There's Jesus's face right there, with curly hair, and then here's outside of that realm in white, 2 eyes, nose, and mouth. There's a third face there. It's easier to see when this is in motion, so I'm going to go ahead and replay it for you.
There it is. See? That's the mark. All right.
Here we go. 3 and 1. All right. Actually, 5 and 1. This is where it gets complicated, and this is where I'll probably lose half of my audience. But you guys are pretty intelligent, and I think you're going to understand here when we get into this. All right. The devil, Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit. So the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the devil, and Brian. That's 5 entities in one. The hand is 5 in 1. God, Jesus, and the devil, the Holy Spirit, and Brian, 5 entities in one. The hand of God. Capiche? Comprende? Catorce?
I showed you Mary and angels.
Okay, something that you need to learn a little bit more about here spiritually. When you're looking at that, I need you also to. We're on a spiritual journey, okay? This is not meant to scare you or whatever, but we're getting into your spirituality and where it comes from, all right? Okay, this image, you probably see it halfway there. I don't know. Anyways, this is a spiritual symptom, all right, that you guys have. This is also me. I'm God and the devil all in one, all right? I went to hell. I conquered hell. Satan isn't in charge down there. God is in charge down there, all right? And knowing good and evil and choosing good, all right? That's the dilemma that you are all facing. You all have this bipolar byproduct, okay? You're fighting an internal battle in your mind, negative thoughts versus positive thoughts, okay? It's a spiritual war going on inside your head. There's a spiritual war on for your mind. Okay? And what's complicated about this is now a lot of people are going to go, oh my God, he's the devil and he's lying. He's the devil and he's saying he's God. Well, that's what it says in the Bible, because that's true. A lot of things in the Bible don't make sense. Like where it says Satan comes back like a lion. Well, how could he come back like a lion? Jesus is a lion. Well, when you understand that I'm God and the devil all in one, what you guys would probably call the son of perdition, whatever, I know your spirit, both sides, through and through. I can see through you because I'm your father. Either one side or the other. Okay? You're either one way or the other, you're going to answer to me. So it's better to be on my good side. like you folks here at this beautiful little family that we've got going here. Okay? Now, that's why you guys can sleep well at night, because I'm in control here. All right? And you, my family, are on my good side. You will never see this side of me. This is for the enemy. See, when you take on such a vile enemy, sometimes you don't, it's going to sound weird, but sometimes you have to sink to their level of understanding in order to fight them. All right? You don't necessarily have to be evil, but you have to understand evil in order to fight it. Okay? So this image shouldn't scare you. It should give you comfort. All right? You guys, this audience, everybody else who's got it wrong is going to find out pretty soon. Okay? Brian Knight is coming like a lion, and he's God. Okay? That's why you're blessed at this channel. My voice should be soothing to you. That's why I'm doing this show, is because I heard your call. I want more, Brian. I need to understand more. I want to feel secure. Okay? Feel secure. Understand. Know me. Okay? And in the music is a code. In most rock and roll music, okay? Anything that comes out from the Illuminati has the code in it. And it's going to sound weird, but it's in the music, not in the lyrics. It's actually in the musical notes. Most songs start off with a musical phrase: Brian Knight is God and the devil all in one. Okay? And it's hidden all through music, in your guitar solos, in your endings to the songs, in the beginning of songs. It's in your commercials, it's in jingles, it's in country music. That code is in almost every song. And the angel told me about this. Every song was written for you. And I'm like, huh? How could that be? And I'm like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't care if every song is written for me. I'm a humble guy. And they're like, no, every song was written for you. And I'm like, how could that be? Some songs are about this, some songs are about that. Well, now that you know this, I want you to listen to the lyrics of your songs and all the biblical connotations that are made in said songs, especially rock and roll. All right? Bands, all these bands, just sample it. And it's a very complicated code. When you try to say Brian Knight is, that is 4 syllables. There are 4 bars per measure in music. To say Brian Knight is God takes 5 syllables. Therefore, in order to do it musically, they will repeat 3 times in a row: Brian Knight is, Brian Knight is, Brian Knight is. And on the 4th measure, it's just all one note: God. So now that you know this, listen for it in your music. If you don't want your it's not going to ruin your music, but once you hear it, it's hard to unhear. So if you don't want your music being enhanced, then don't listen for it. But if you really want to sing praises to me in rock and roll, that code is hidden in the musical notes. And if YouTube would let me play just any kind of video, I would walk you through the music. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start posting music in the community chat, samples of legendary bands, legendary songs that you've heard this whole time and you didn't hear the message in there. Brian Knight is God and the devil all in one. He's back in black. I smoke your sack. It's been too long. I'm glad to be back. Yes, I am the boss from the cross that kept me hanging around. Yes, I'm living in the sky because I am the most high. Forget the hearse because I never die. I got blue eyes, eternal life, and everybody has always wondered why. Because I'm back, but I'm back in black. That's, they don't understand. Because I'm back good and bad. The wheats and the tares. Kind of cool, huh? You guys understanding how this works? It's hard for me to come forward with this, you know. Uh, I'm kind of opening myself up now to you guys. You're my family and stuff. At this point, we're so close to the end. It's time that the world knows, okay, and understands, comprehends this is the spirit that's within you. You have a battle raging within. You Christians are fighting hard against all this negative thoughts that they're trying to induce in your head. Watch out as other people fall prey to this side of the mind, okay? And then they go full red, while other people fall prey to this side of the mind and go full white, okay? So this is a spiritual battle that's going on inside of you because it's going on inside of me. And now what happens above happens below. So what's happening to me and what I've been through is now it's been happening to you. You've been experiencing it along with me. And when this ride's over, everybody's going to have 7 years of tribulation of this side, right? Okay? It's important you understand this and trust me. I mean, how do you trust the devil, right? He lies. Well, here I am, not lying, being open and honest and trying to inform you guys spiritually who you are and who I am. Okay? So, now that you understand this, and you can rest assured in this audience, you guys are on my good side. Now, what else I wanted to show you? See, now that you understand that, when you look at this birthmark now, it makes sense. Oh, come here, pointer. There's the devil right there. See the little horns, 2 eyes, the little face right there. Here's the Jesus face, and then there's the Holy Spirit. All right. This birthmark means I was stabbed in the side. I was killed by being stabbed in this spot. Okay. I died and then I came back and now I have the birthmark to prove that I came back. I was alive. I died and now I'm alive again. I was before, I am now, and I'm coming quickly. Okay? Grasp this. Wrap your head around this. I need you guys to feel confident and know. All right? The battle is on, and you're going to need all the strength you can get. All right? It's important you understand this. And, it's up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to make your decision and trust me or whatever. Okay. And this is where I usually lose half my audience or whatever, but I'm willing to do that for the truth. Okay. This is too important now. It's time the world knows who I am and that I am here in the flesh. The Word was made flesh. It wasn't made cloud. It wasn't made anything, a movie. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among men. The Word was not made flesh and dwelt among the clouds. The Word was not, it didn't dwell anywhere else. The Word was made flesh so it can dwell with men. How am I supposed to dwell with people if I'm not in the flesh? When it says you will meet me face to face, how are you supposed to meet someone face to face if they're not in a meat suit, if they're not in skin, right? So, ta-da, you guys are here listening to me right now in the flesh, okay? I don't show my face very much because it might scare the shit out of you. You got to see a glimpse of it in the video, but if you met me in person, you'd probably give me a big warm hug, and I'd give you one too. All right. Most people shudder when they see me, but you guys would probably go, "Oh my God, let's go help that poor guy." And you come over to help me, and I would give you a big fat hug. Okay. Now, also into the EVP realm. All right, we're going to go there. We have to for a moment here. Please, Lord, can we have this? All right. This is Huff Paranormal. These are the spirit boxes. These things are real, okay? They actually work. I suggest you don't get into this, but there's something important. I've watched this man's progress. I've actually helped his progress. But what you're about to hear is what haunts me through my own device, through my own stereos, just the radio in the car, crazy stuff. All right, here we go.
What is your name?
Jesus Christ.
What is your name?
Jesus Christ.
That's my voice. I recognize my own voice coming through on his spirit box. I'm going to play it again. I'll let you guys be the judge of this. You guys hear my voice more than I do. My voice sounds different in my head because of the bone structure and everything. So I want my audience to be the judge of this. I'm not going to say 100% for sure, but give it a listen and see if you hear me.
What is your name?
Jesus Christ.
What is your name?
Jesus Christ.
What is your name?
Jesus Christ.
All right. These things are real. This has been happening to me for a while. I've gotten messages through my own stereo at home, not even a spirit box, okay? The clock on the wall will stop ticking. The crickets outside will stop chirping. The music on the radio that's being broadcast out of the town next door, a live broadcast, live radio waves, entire show grinds down. A favorite song of mine's played in, and it just goes, crickets stop chirping, clock stops working, and voices come through the stereo telling me, Brian, you're God. And I'm like, what? Then it all starts to make sense. All the Mary showing up, the angels bowing, Satan spitting at me, the mark on my side, my birthday, voices coming through the stereo, angels telling me that I'm God. And I'm like, oh boy, now it's starting to make sense. All right. And this is what happened to me. Okay. I didn't make this stuff up. This stuff just happened to me. I was a normal guy, just going along with my life. I was having issues with my wife and kids, but we had fixed all that. And we were coming together as a family on September 10th when all hell broke loose. Well, when everything changed. Okay. When my life changed radically and angels started showing up and informing me, telling me all this stuff, and then finally it starts to make sense. I got all these UFOs that follow me. I got clouds mimicking me. I got Satan attacking me, all because of who I am. There's wars and rumors of wars. There's crazy stuff going on in the sun. You see all the signs, all the indications of when Jesus would return. Well, I returned a while ago, and nobody noticed. It went unnoticed, unpublished, everything. And I tried to help everybody along and get them on board and try to, it's hard to wrap your head around all this. It was hard for me. So hard. Anyways, back to this. Now you understand why this is happening, why I show this image all the time, and why we do the readings. Okay, why we're doing them to this image now. This is your foundation. This is your rock. This is your cornerstone. This is your anchor. This is your God. This is your buddy. This is your pal talking to you right now. All right. Let me, I guess we had more readings. You guys are ready for more readings? I heard that. All right, let me put this angel back up there. All right, we're going to get into more readings. Yay! You guys been enjoying this time? Do you have your warm chocolate or whatever, your snack? Okay. Oh, no, I just lost that. Dang it, where'd it go? Oh, dang it. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Good. I refound it. All right, cool. Let me get set up here for our reading. You guys are still here in the chat. I'm in the chat too. I know it takes a second longer. There's a little delay. Is there any other images you guys would like to see, to read to? One that you would rather? Actually, we're going to... Yeah, we'll just do it here. Okay. And then we'll maybe switch with a suggestion in the chat. We'll see what if we switch images. All right. Here we go. I have so much stuff for you. So here we go. A nice breath all the way in. Hold it for a second. Okay. You have been on a long uphill journey, and your energy is almost spent. Though you have faltered at times, you have not let go of my hand. I am pleased with your desire to stay close to me. There is one thing, however, that displeases me, your tendency to complain. You may talk to me as much as you like about the difficulty of the path that we are following. I understand better than anyone else the stresses and strains that have afflicted you. You can ventilate safely to me because talking with me tempers your thoughts and helps you see things from my perspective. Complaining to others is another matter altogether. It opens the door to deadly sins such as self-pity and rage. Whenever you are tempted to grumble, come to me and talk it out. As you open up to me, I will put my thoughts in your mind and my song in your heart. Trust me enough to let things happen without striving to predict or control them. Relax and refresh yourself in the light of my everlasting love. My love light never dims, yet you are often unaware of my radiant presence. When you project yourself into the future, rehearsing what you will do or say, you are seeking to be self-sufficient, to be adequate without my help. This is a subtle sin, so common that it usually slips by unnoticed. The alternative is to live fully in the present, depending on me each moment. Rather than fearing your inadequacy, rejoice in my abundant supply. Train your mind to seek my help continually, even when you feel competent to handle something by yourself. Don't divide your life into things you can do by yourself and things that require my help. Instead, learn to rely on me in every situation. This discipline will enable you to enjoy life more and to face each day confidently. Take a sip here. Okay. I am the culmination of all your hopes and desires. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, he who is, was, and is to come. Before you knew me, you expressed your longing for me in hurtful ways. You were ever so vulnerable to the evil around you in the world. But now my presence safely shields you, enfolding you in my loving arms. I have lifted you out of darkness into my marvelous light. Though I have brought many pleasures into your life, not one of them is essential. Receiving my blessings with open hands is. Enjoy my good gifts, but do not cling to them. Turn your attention to the giver of all good things, and the rest in knowledge that you are complete in me. The one thing you absolutely need is the one thing you can never lose. My presence with you right now. Beware of seeing yourself through other people's eyes. There are several dangers to this practice. First of all, it is nearly impossible to discern what others actually think of you. Moreover, their views of you are variable, subject to each viewer's spiritual, emotional, and physical condition. The major problem with letting others define you is that it borders on idolatry. Your concern to please others dampens your desire to please me, your creator. It is much more real to see yourself through my eyes. My gaze upon you is steady and sure, untainted by sin. Through my eyes, you can see yourself as one who is deeply and eternally loved. Rest in my loving presence, rest in my loving gaze, and you will receive deep peace. Respond to my loving presence by worshiping me in spirit and in truth and in song. Okay, then there was a whole nother set. Yay. Here. Whole nother set here. Let's pull up a different image real quick. Let's go back to that one with pulling his heart. Oops. This one. No. Yeah. Go to this image right here. All right. That beating thing. All right. Kind of want to focus more on this side over here. Jesus pulling his shirt open, exposing his heart there, and it radiating out love. All right. Hopefully you can see in there. Got his sunglasses on. I guess it's pretty bright in heaven, so you need sunglasses. I don't know. I got sensitive eye. I wear sunglasses too, so I can understand. All right, let's continue on, shall we? So, rejoice in your dependence on me. This is a place of wonderful security. Okay? Rejoice in your dependence on me. This is a place of wonderful security. Guys, I want you to feel secure. People who depend on themselves, others, or circumstances are building their lives on a foundation of sand. When storms come, they will realize how flimsy their foundation is. It will not be adequate to support them. You, on the other hand, are building your life on the rock. The foundation will be more than sufficient to support you during life's storms. I want you to depend on me, not only in stormy conditions and circumstances, but when the skies of your life are calm. This is a daily discipline, preparing you for whatever lies ahead. It is also a source of great joy. Relying on me involves staying in communication with me, an extraordinary privilege. This rich breath. I need more to drink here. Hang on. Let's not bump the mouse there. Okay. Where to leave off here? This daily discipline, preparing you for whatever lies ahead, It is also a source of great joy. Relying on me involves staying in communication with me, an extraordinary privilege. This rich blessing provides you with strength, encouragement, and guidance. When you stay in touch with me, you know you are not alone. As you walk in the light of my presence, I help you rejoice in me all day long. Depending on me is the most joyful way to live. So find your security in me. As the world you inhabit seems increasingly unsafe, turn your attention to me more and more often. Remember that I am with you at all times, and I have already won the ultimate victory. Because I am in you and you are in me, you have an eternity of perfect, stress-free life awaiting you. There will be no trace of fear or worry in heaven. Reverential worship of the King of Glory will flood you with unimaginable joy. So let this future hope strengthen and encourage you while you're living in the deeply fallen world. When you start to feel anxious about something you have seen, heard, or thought, bring that concern to me. Remind yourself that I am the one who makes you secure in all circumstances. If you find your mind gravitating towards idolatrous ways of feeling safe, tell yourself, that's not what makes me safe. Then look trustingly to me and think about who I am. The victorious Savior God who is your friend forever. In me, you are absolutely secure. Put your trust in me so you can discover my unfailing love shining on in the midst of your troubles. When you are struggling with discouragement, you need to assert your trust in me over and over again. It is vital to remember who I am, creator and sustainer of the universe, as well as your Savior, Lord, and friend. You cannot count on me. You can count on me because my love for you is unfailing. It never runs out or grows dim, and it is not dependent on how well you are performing. Let me repeat this again. It never runs out or grows dim, and it is not dependent on how well you're performing. Just as I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, so is my perfect love. So lift up your soul to me, waiting in my presence with no pretense and no demands. As you dedicate time to waiting and worshiping, I gradually transform you and open up the way before you. I will not necessarily reveal future things to you, but I will show you the way through this day and each day, step by step. So trust me wholeheartedly, beloved, for I am taking care of you wonderfully well. I am light. In me there is no darkness at all. I am your God, a perfect in every way. There's not even an iota of badness in me. You live in a world where evil and ungodliness run rampant. But remember, I am the light that keeps on shining in the darkness. Nothing can extinguish or even diminish the perfection of my everlasting radiance. Someday you will be able to see my brilliance in all its glory, and you will experience unimaginable joy. For now, though, you must live by faith, and also you get little glimpses of heaven. Go. Okay, so closing here. When events in the world or in your private life are threatening to unnerve you, grasp my hand in trusting determination. Okay, in trusting determination. Refuse to be intimidated by evil. Instead, overcome evil with good. I am with you, and I have won the ultimate victory through my crucifixion and resurrection. Nothing will be able to undo these awesome events that punctured the darkness so that my dazzling brightness could break through and pour into the hearts of my followers. That's you guys. Spend time basking in this holy light, for my face is shining upon you. All right, so we covered a lot tonight, didn't we? We did all the dots. We connected the dots. We even took it a step further. You heard these EVPs, and now I can't escape this stuff. It talks to me, tells me all kinds of stuff. So try to avoid it, but it was interesting hearing my own voice come through on this box when I'm not dead. I'm alive. So interesting how the spiritual realm is coming through on their devices and how all this is working. And let me just kind of and go right there to that one. All right, so didn't even know about this thing until the angel told me about my birthmark. All right, so pretty awesome how all this has been working out, and how I've got this small, tight-knit little family here. This is awesome. You guys are really troopers for hanging in there with me, because this stuff is very disturbing and could unnerve most people. And that's why it's important for you guys to have that foundation and be strong. So when I show you crazy stuff, it should make you happy and not unnerve you. You should be joyful and celebrate that this is true. It's coming to a close. It's not only the end, but it's also a new beginning. All right. That's what you got to focus on, is the new beginning part. Okay. I think we are done for tonight because it's getting late, and I think we covered pretty much everything else. Oh, wait, there was one more thing. Where are we here? Yeah, one last thing here I wanted to cover. Where did it go? Yeah, we're not done yet. One last thing here. Where'd it go? There it is. I want to address the subject of pareidolia. All right. So here we had this face in the sky here. Let me just get this. See that face up there in the sky? All right. And some people are arguing pareidolia this, pareidolia that, which is fine. I get that a lot, and I can understand that because we're talking about faces in clouds, right? Puppy dogs, horses, all kinds of stuff in the clouds. Well, here lately, and I've just been afraid to kind of show it to you because. All right, here, let me play this video.
Yeah, here's the eyes up here. I'm just going to start playing the video. And this was in a video about the sound in the sky, so I want you to listen to the sound.
Okay, so now this lady took it, sped it up twice. Now let's play it at twice the speed.
The sound, she sped up this video 2 times.
Okay, looks scary and everything, shouldn't scare you. That's your Lord and Savior chewing out the bad guys, okay? What I'm trying to point out here is this face in the clouds. Pareidolia does not scream at you and spit lightning. That's all I have to say. Pareidolia does not scream at you and spit lightning. Okay? That's all I had to say about that. So you guys know that what you're looking at here is not pareidolia. You guys are not hallucinating and wanting to see things and then there they are. No, this is real stuff. You should be able to tell quite well how real it is. Okay? And yeah, we'll just close that right there, I guess, because that's a good little image. So a lot of things I've been through here, I've learned in life, some very valuable lessons, and the spiritual journey that I was on took a radical turn on September 10th of 2017, and now I have been on a new spiritual journey, and guess what? You guys are coming along with me, all right? Here we go. What a beautiful image. This man loves you. He's tearing open his shirt, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out. His face, me with a crown. Okay? That's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. Can't you tell?